That, of course, is the Overture to Breugnon by Kabalevsky. Very famous xylophone excerpt, often asked on NYO lists, and I would say just about every professional orchestra entrance auditions for masters, graduate schools. And it presents some problems for the player. First, when I hear this, I want to hear the brilliant Russian sound of the orchestra. And you get that by using hard sticks. I often hear students use sticks that are too soft for this. And the rule of thumb is use the sticks that you would use in the orchestra. What I've got here are freer KH1s. I really like the way they feel in my hands, and I think they get that brilliant sound. As far as playing the music, there's obviously a shape and a sweep to that first excerpt. One thing I like to do is be very careful. The way it's written, it feels like if you follow the letter of the law, you're just going to be getting louder and louder. So there does need to be a little bit of ebb and flow in this part of it. When I go down here, I try to start a little softer. And it leaves me somewhere to go for that crescendo. The second little passage is interesting. You're mainly with the trumpets, some winds are playing as well. It's written mezzo forte, and it's one of those places that I play differently in an audition than I do in the orchestra. In the orchestra, you can kind of let it go. But in an audition, especially considering there are some non-percussionists, actually more non-percussionists than percussionists on most committees for professional orchestras, it's a good idea to change mallets. Makes it a little easier to play mezzo forte. And you don't really have to change your technique too much. Part of that little passage, I hear students use a great variety of stickings. Playing hand-to-hand is the best way. It's tricky because there's a little bit of this part. It's a little bit of a cross. One thing that helps that, this is a trick used by many pianists, many famous percussionists, and what you do is you swing it. And that helps me get through it and fix that little part of the excerpt.